Good morning. Hello. I'm running late today. Was up with the cats since 4 a.m. and then had a bunch of stuff going on this morning. We're still encountering wick problems with this candle, interestingly, but it's coming along. We're burning through it. It's sometimes harder when you're burning a candle, burning it and then putting out and burning it and putting out. But in this case, I don't think it would have mattered. I think we're just having a wick problem. It just seems to keep wanting to come all the way to the glass. But I keep correcting it and we keep going on. And if that's one of Baba Yaga's lessons is if it might be dirty, it might be messy, it might be difficult, you might have encounter obstacles. Just keep going, keep living, keep surviving. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch, Baba Yaga bright dawn, Baba Yaga red sun, Baba Yaga midnight, Baba Yaga black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch, Baba Yaga bright dawn, Baba Yaga red sun, Baba Yaga midnight, Baba Yaga black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Yesterday we had the searing divination about releasing allegiances, which, if you're a Dharma practitioner, is not uncomplicated. You kind of have to still maintain the awareness of the oneness that we all are, even as in the relative sense you might pull back. And I did. Yesterday, I took 4 hours, shut absolutely everything off, just focused on, the things that I was working on in my small world and not the wider world. And it was really, really good. And I realized that it's been a little while since I've done that, where I turned off the phone, I turned off the computer, I turned off all the lights, I turned off absolutely everything in the house with the exception of the fans, because it's like still 95 degrees here. But everything else I just turned off. And you know what ended up happening? I ended up reading myths about Hawaii and Pele, reading about encounters with the goddess of the volcano there, reading about people's magical experiences in an actual physical handheld book. The smell, the feel, so wonderful. And then I took a nap. And I can't tell you, it's been a long time since I took a nap. It was really good. So, a productive day of breaking my own pattern yesterday. And let's see what's the result. My own pattern of always being available, always being phone in my hand, always focused on my work, always focused, I broke that. And I broke yesterday, I worked on breaking the allegiance to the part of myself that thinks or judges that I don't deserve to have that kind of rest. And today's card is the Sacred Fool. Oh, yeah, exactly. Danielle sends me a little volcano. Shananda sends hands in a rose. Thank you. Shananda says, I ran across a picture of Goddess Pele last night while looking for a graphic. I wonder if I won't say it. Let's just watch what happens on the news in Hawaii over the next couple of months. We'll just watch the news. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. And Christina, who's in Switzerland, said, I just watched a special on Hawaii last night here in Switzerland. Okay, everybody, we're getting the memo. We're We're going to watch the news about Pele. We're going to see what happens. But today we get the Sacred Fool. And what a great card for our next steps. After release, which would be like the World card or the Universe card, the Sacred Fool takes us around to the beginning of the major arcana, even though in this deck it's not the beginning, still the Fool in the major arcana of the Tarot is. The Fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It doesn't care about the right way to do things. It doesn't care about what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. This oracle heralds a time, now or approaching, when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate. Don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you're doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat while doing so, that's fine. Wow, Mary Beth says going to Kauai in 4 weeks. So exciting, Mary Beth. We're really, everybody in our temple is kind of getting the Hawaii vibe. And we are taking a trip to the Big Island. There's going to be a pilgrimage to the Big Island in September. So very interesting. Okay, so the Sacred Fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The Sacred Fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try to outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the Sacred Fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heart, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. I guess that's really saying something about my nap yesterday. This oracle brings a message. It's time for you to play. It's time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved and unscripted way. The more bizarre, left of field, unexpected, or apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That's okay. That's good, actually. It's a sign that you're breaking with your own self-imposed conventions. It's a time to move beyond them now, because a bigger life adventure is calling to you. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate radically through you so that you become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicities can occur. You are becoming more electric. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life. Apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The Sacred Fool goes with this without having to understand any of it. As you take this journey, you might find that people around you are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best way. At first, they may react rather than taking responsibility. The Sacred Fool in you does not engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop you from your merry dance of unconventional being. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning you, then you are right on course. You might feel even that you're going crazy, but you're not. You're just approaching an enlightened awareness. And there is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in a completely different state of being. I hold many unconventional and unapproved opinions. I see things through my own eyes, through the lens of my own experience, rather than through the lens of the camera on social media of what everyone else thinks that I'm supposed to think. I've been doing that for a good long while. But whereas I notice that there are many people who do think unconventionally and then feel like they have to talk about it or speak it, I don't actually feel that way. I actually just feel like I see what I see and then I live my life accordingly. There's nothing in me that feels like I have to entrain with mass opinion, nor is there any part of me that feels like I need to defeat mass opinion. The people who need mass opinion obviously really need it. That's why it exists. It's there for them. It's not there for me. I'm not part of that, but I don't need it to not exist. It can exist. It's just not what I'm doing. And similarly, what I'm doing is not for everyone. It is really not for everyone. It is a very clear, very direct path of priestesshood where we are living our lives in service, even when it makes us uncomfortable, where self care includes community care, and where we think for ourselves rather than let anyone else think for us. That's what I teach. So if you're one of those, great, we're together. It's nice. We're individuals together. And I'm not going to try to tell you who to be. And I am really appreciative that you not tell me who to be. All of us have a path going forward from this moment, this practice. And that path can involve us holding our own nose rope, not handing it over, and at the same time, not feeling like we need to dominate anyone else. In order to put an end to dominator culture, we have to put an end to the dominator within us. The dominator within us is the one who thinks that everyone should think the way we think. That's not possible. We were each given our own mind and our own set of experiences for a reason. And that set of experiences in that mind is the one thing that we actually have. Everything else is temporary. But that set of experiences that forms our worldview, that life, the gift, that's ours. And it's ours to then gift to the world, not to force on the world, and certainly not to shape to the world. So today, let's go ahead and be truth tellers in ourselves. Let's go ahead and hold space for those who are truth tellers in our world. Let's listen to truths. Let's know when to speak and when to keep silence, when to share and when sharing would be a domination. And as we go forward in this day of being the sacred fool, let's make sure that we're having a good time with it, because it's not really worth anything if it's not fun. This life isn't meant to be a slog. It's not meant to be a pain. There will be pain and there will be slog, but the life itself is meant to be a joyful realization, one moment at a time. So that's our short bit for today, staying in our truth and being the sacred fool. And now let's dive into Guanyin practice, remembering that everything we do, we can do with compassion. 3 prostrations. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today I'm holding Medea, who's having such a hard time finding durable childcare, and she's actually afraid she might lose her job because she can't find what she needs. May Medea have amazing childcare provider who comes in and who is able to really genuinely help her. She's a single mom of twin boys who are toddlers. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Taking up the mala, 108 recitations of Namo Guan Xiyin Pusa, remembering with compassion that Guanyin holds space for many different perspectives. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. 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 In the Brief Wind Horse Practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang chetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintuyi daki sisu pajor nyandraknyam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kache wangtang lungtanam nyampa sushing chetu gyawalong chije lekpe lamdu drawadong sering neme dedang denjurshi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume chuksum chidang jetsunma gyayum pakma drome jintuyi daki sisu pachor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kache wangtang lungtanam nyampa soshing chetu gyawalong chije lekpe lamdu drawadang sering neme dedang denjurshi. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, focused on abiding. And Christina says, I just wrote in my journal that bad things happen to, and if you don't let yourself enjoy, bad things happen too. And if you don't let yourself enjoy the good moments, the bad will eat your life. That's so true. Thank you for sharing that, Christina. Let's now think about how we can compassionately hold space for a variety of different opinions and perspectives, harming none. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. And let's say our prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable. And may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And Jasai, I see that you posted Kilauea updates in our chat here. Will you also post it in the comments once the video is done so we can take a look at it? Thank you so much. And I hope everybody has a good day of doing your joy, whether it's publicly approved or not, and learning to just wield your perspective with compassion and allow others to wield their perspectives with compassion. That's all we can do, right? We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.